Welcome to Shelf and Sell.
We start with hello, hello.
No, we start with hi.
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 When have we ever started with hi? Leave a hello, hello down in the comments if you support the traditional
hello
way of
Welcome
Quackalope.
to Shelf or Sell, where we find 5 games on Jesse's shelves to sell,
Shell?
yes, and 5 games to shelf. And then we have one in the middle. This week's middle.
This series today is titled, which she doesn't even know yet, 10 Games We'll Never Play. That's the concept of the games that I have grabbed
I'm
around the
double
table
checking what's
here.
here now.
10
I disagree.
games we'll never play. And specifically,
And 5 of them are still going to stay?
we're still keeping 5 of them in spite of that, and we're selling 5 of them. 5 games that I've been holding on to that are grail games for me, some of them, I think we've got to let go of, because there comes a point where not only have I never played it, or I have played it, there comes a point where it's no longer ever going to get off the shelf. And other games are filling the spots of games that'll never also get off the shelf. And I only have like a limited amount of room for games that'll never get off the shelf. So we're going to move a few over onto the selling pile. That was a very confusing way to say, these are 10 games we're never going to play. The game in the middle today is
The City of Kings.
The City of Kings. This game I purchased. Remember those angles create bright flashes?
Oh, I see that. Right, I see it. Yeah.
This is a game that I purchased from retail with the expansions and the modular card pack when I first got into board games.
Okay.
That was before Quackalope. That was
when you were a baby duck?
4 years ago.
Wow. And it's remained in shrink.
Again, I have no innate desire to open games. I don't mind keeping them.
But you put this one in the middle for some reason. Why is it in the middle? Because you are determining that we are going to play it now.
Yeah, well, here's the thing.
Yes.
I still really want to try this game. I love the artwork. I think the game mechanics sound interesting. I've heard it's a decent solo game. It's made by the same company, I believe, that made the Isle of Cats.
Ooh.
It is this game where you're branching off with this creature, this beast, that you're kind of exploring with and going to collect resources from the surrounding villages. It's sort of a quest game. It's mostly a resource management game. I've heard it's more of a puzzle, like an economic engine, than it really is a thematic dive. But I still really want to love this game. That's why I've kept it for 4 years. That's why it's sitting here. That's why I paid like $140 for it. The City of Kings is in our middle. If you all think it's worth a play, we'll break the seal and I will make a commitment.
You have made it worth the play by putting it in the middle.
No, if enough people,
we should get rid of it.
If enough people that are like, hey, I tried it, and honestly,
cooperative fantasy adventure board game.
Yeah. If enough people are like, hey, I tried it, and honestly, it just wasn't great, it might finally leave. It's in the middle because I'm conflicted. I still am convinced, even as a conflicted duck, I still am convinced that I will never play it.
Okay.
But I would like to.
Roads and Boats, a splatter game. You have a thing for splatter games.
Because splatter games are amazing. You've been playing them. They're amazing. Roads and Boats, a friend just gave this to me. It was on my Grail game list. I now own a copy of this.
I'm going to assume it's going to be on the
monstrosity.
Shelf.
Oh, yes. So this one is a new addition to the collection of games that we're never playing.
Okay.
Now, we probably will play a version of this game because our friends who gave it to me have a second copy and they're actually going to teach us.
Nice.
But this is going on the shelf of, I would like to own at least all of the well-known Splotter games. Splotter made my favorite game of all time.
Bus.
Splotter has produced Food Chain Magnate. They've produced a whole pile of games that we have really been loving. And so Roads and Boats...
So far, I have only loved one.
What?
I have not loved Food Chain Magnate. I have loved Bus. And loved is a very strong word at that.
I think there's another one we played over there.
Well,
I'm pretty sure. Maybe I played it without you. Roads and Boats is here on the shelf. Dogs of War. I purchased this game the moment I played it. Because it's super hard to get. This is from Simon. This is Proven or Not. You've played this game. It's a social...
I played it so long ago and I just...
It's a bluffing and deduction game where you're doing your very best to, as warring tribes, to kind of feign the opponents that are sitting across the table, invest in certain armies, bluff your way to success, and slowly get your tribe up the ranks as high as possible. So, Dogs of War I purchased almost immediately after picking up. I really, really loved this game. The problem is, it really plays best or only at 5 or 6.
Okay.
A player group we don't often have.
Yeah.
I don't know it inside and out enough to really get it to the table when I have that player group.
Mm-hmm.
And when we bring those people together, the types of games that we're competing with are just heavier Euros.
Yeah.
Dogs of War, I am sad to say, I would be happy to play it with anyone who wanted. I don't think I can justify keeping it in the collection.
The selling is on my side.
Yeah. It's also super rare and super valuable, which means that selling it makes even more sense.
All right.
Sadly.
Bargain Quest.
Bargain Quest. Bargain Quest is a game I've talked about and been conflicted on for a long time. I like the theme quite a lot. The artwork's amazing. It's got this...
Your favorite mechanic, drafting?
It does have some drafting in it. It's a really, really interesting game that I hated the first time I played.
And that's why you own it now.
I ordered it, played it with Jan and William.
Yeah.
Did not like my play, and have not found it in my heart to either get rid of it or to open it up and play it again.
Gotcha.
This is a game that I never think I am going to play.
Well, that's all of these games. So therefore, is it staying and occupying one of those slots?
I mean, the question is really going to be yours when it comes down to it. The idea is you're a shopkeep that's opening up the board, putting your wares
doing
out,
some mental calculations,
attracting certain individuals who are buying and selling those goods, going to hunt heroes that are going to hunt different beasts, and during that showdown, hopefully they come back and talk about how good your store was. It's really adorable. It might be good. I don't think it was. So this and all the expansions...
If it's going to be so hard to get it to the table because you don't like it, then it's going to be selling.
Yeah, that and all the expansions are, as far as I'm concerned, staying in the collection for now. I'm still holding on to it.
What?
I just said
it was selling. You said it's up to me, and...
I mean, it kind of is.
So I sell it.
But I'm preemptively acknowledging...
So then put it on your side.
I'm preemptively seeing something that Shira is not going to agree with me on. So that one may get shoved over if she argues hard enough. Duck Dealer.
Another splatter
game.
And I know this one is ducks, so this one's not going anywhere. We don't even have to talk about it.
Why don't we have to talk about it?
Because even if it's the worst game, which people have ranked it, like, it's a 5 on BGG.
Yeah, but not a lot of people have played it.
Okay. Even if it is the worst game ever, it won't go anywhere because it is splatter and it is ducks. I know there's no point in even trying to fight this one. Put it on your side.
Sold. There we go. That's it. Yeah. She's absolutely right. What a smart woman that she is. This war without an enemy.
I know you like this game.
Oh.
You talked to me about it.
Shira.
Yeah.
I still don't know what this game is. It's a cube-based war game.
I thought you said you liked this war.
I like this.
What does that mean?
The title, the artwork.
Is that it?
The graphic.
Oh, the freaking no! It's
no,
going.
I backed this. No, it's definitely not. Stop pulling on my game. I backed this on Kickstarter. It's a cube-based tactical war game.
Okay, well then we're keeping more games than 5 because there's a lot more on this list that are staying.
And this war without an enemy is about the English Civil War. I am obsessed with the art and the theme and the style of it.
Okay.
And so it is swinging over here to the...
Another game that will be swinging right onto this side is Mariposas.
Absolutely not.
Yes,
absolutely not.
Butterflies. It is butterflies.
Here's the thing about Mariposas.
Yes.
I have actually played this game before.
I don't care.
And you won't like this version of this game either.
This version of this game?
No, you won't, whether or not you like butterflies.
He has it.
In his permanent collection?
I think so.
If he has
last time I said that I was wrong, so I shouldn't say that, but I've seen it when he filmed in his thing.
If he has it in his permanent collection, you can go play it with him. I did not, and the table that I played this with did not like the game. It was too based off of, the idea is you're flying up north, collecting some resources, it's set collection, and then coming back down south. The theme is lovely. I should love this game, Shira, just like you. Here's the issue. It's too driven on randomness of what tiles and what items flip as you play. There's almost no strategic control over the best path to go up.
Fine.
It ruins the game.
Fine. I hear.
You gonna grab another one for your side of things? Shira, this is called Leaving Earth. It is a incredible handmade little indie game from a publisher. You see this?
Yeah.
Completely handmade little indie game from a publisher.
Yeah.
All about mathing out the perfect equation to get your rocket into space, and sometimes accomplish other missions, like go into space
but that
and
doesn't sound interesting
rotate
to
around
me.
the moon, hit Jupiter. Now, here's where the game becomes interesting. It's an interesting economic solo puzzle, but as a multiplayer game, as a 3-player game, this becomes a strategic choice of scientific progression, where everyone is upgrading certain elements of their rocket ships, and other people can take advantage or do that research for cheaper because the marketplace is expanding.
I think our game group might like this.
It's really, really close and strategic, and I think you're right. Our game group might like this, which is why I'll offer it to them first. I'm never going to play this game. I'm never going to play
the way you
this
hyped
game.
this up.
Well, yes, it's here in my collection for a reason, Shira. This game sounds and functions
Okay,
and looks
so we will
amazing, and
bring
I
it.
played on TTS once, but I'm never going to get it to the table. I'm just not. I just
I like
haven't.
space. I like space games.
Oh, it's a
though.
remarkable game. It's amazing.
So we'll bring it to them. We'll
You
play
might
it.
want to save it. If you could save this game for me, I'd be so grateful, but I'm never playing it.
Oh. Jan's favorite game,
Jan's favorite game of all time.
besides for maybe
This is the game he's nostalgic for, and I bought this
Yeah.
game because Jan is nostalgic for it. Jan was an old host of this show, and this game, I am sorry to say, is too big, too complex, too beefy. It replicates the living card game system, where you're
Yes.
buying decks, upgrading your
I
cards.
100% agree. I don't even need to argue.
I think the game is amazing, and I would love to play it more. I just don't need to own a copy. I will never play my copy of it.
Okay, Mice and Mystics.
Mice and Mystics, the second to last in our collection here. This is a game from Plaid Hat Games.
Yeah.
Makers of Forgotten Waters, makers of a lot of really,
They're
really
super nice. We
interesting...
saw them at PAX recently. It was really nice to
Some
talk to them.
super great kind of adventuring games, and that's exactly what this is. This game reminds me of Redwall, right? You're going out on a cooperative adventure, working with these tiny little mice meeples to
I'm just trying to see which way it's going here.
explore the world. We could go on a mice-based adventure together.
No.
Which is why Mice and Mystics
No.
is
No.
staying.
No. No. No.
And the last one in the collection.
No.
Well, let's talk about it.
No.
The last one in the collection that
Gloomhaven.
is going to leave
No.
is going to be Gloomhaven.
No.
I have trucked.
I will never play Kingdom Death with you ever again.
I have. Well, let's have a real conversation about it. We'll
I
see.
just did. I will never play
That's
Kingdom
a
Death with
threat.
you ever.
That's not a conversation. That's a threat. Here's the thing, and you enjoy Kingdom Death.
I will suffer on behalf of
Oh
Gloomhaven.
my gosh. Gloomhaven is a game that I have had carried around with me for a long time. I have played different versions of scenarios, and we're currently playing through
Jaws of the Lion.
Jaws of the Lion.
And I'm enjoying it.
Yes, I am too. Guess what we will never actually do?
Frosthaven. Yeah, I agree.
No.
Okay, we can get rid of Frosthaven.
No, by the time Frosthaven is arriving, Jaws
But
of
they're
the Lion...
coming out with minis. They are
For-
coming out with
for-
minis for it all.
For Jaws of the Lion and for Frosthaven.
They're not coming out with Gloomhaven minis?
No, they are, but I'm
okay,
saying-
yeah,
I'm
so
saying-
we'll have minis for it all.
No, you don't need minis for it all. You absolutely don't. You have minis for Zombicide days on days.
But the artwork, the
Shira.
characters are so
Shira,
cool.
can
you go
you-
through stories and you fight and you move and you team up and you determine your order.
How
and-
much, whether or not we enjoy it, how much have we prioritized playing Jaws of the Lion?
We moved. We bought a house.
I hear.
We did so much this past few
How
months.
likely, realistically, how likely are we to ever make it into core Gloomhaven?
Never.
You're right. Here's the only problem. This is number 1 on the BGG Top 100 list. We have to play this game by force,
Ha ha.
which
I should have remembered that. Wait, that means there's 6 and
is
4.
why it's staying. Yeah, Bargain Quest has to go. I was trying to, bluff you a little bit there. Bargain Quest,
Yay!
I would like to play it with Shira. I'd like to give it a shake with you.
Bye.
Maybe Alex has a copy. He probably got rid of it. Gloomhaven really should be leaving. It does not need to have a spot in our collection.
So, question for the top 100: how many games are we going to give it? Like how many?
For Gloomhaven?
Yeah, we have to play through the entire.
We won't do the entire campaign. I think as long as we get maybe 10 to 12 plays in,
Okay.
see the progression of a single character, I think we've given it a shake. And we'll let the audience know how much
Yeah.
we've played it. But yeah, the entire campaign is
I should have remembered it's in the top 100.
a
It's
little
not gonna go
bit
anywhere.
more beefy. Although we have a long time. Once we
Yeah.
get to game 50 in our top 100,
Yeah.
maybe we just start Gloomhaven. and see where we are by the time we finish the, like, commit to, like,
Yeah.
like we're doing with Kingdom Death, commit to a weekly Gloomhaven session,
Yeah.
and then by the end of the top 50...
Let's get to finish Draws the Lion first.
I know. So, there you have it. That's our shelf or sell this week. 10 games.
I have such a sigh of relief now.
10 games I will never play, but 5 are still going to stay in the collection.
One that you
because
have to play.
Here's the
You are going to have to play Gloomhaven,
Yeah, I
so
know.
it cannot be a game that you never play.
But that's for work. That's very different from actually
Work, yeah.
playing.
100%.
You know what I mean.
Totally different.
You know what I mean. Gloomhaven should have no place in our collection.
I hear, yeah.
It should have no place in our collection.
I agree.
It has to.
I like the snow theme better. I want the Frosthaven.
I'm really excited for Frosthaven,
So-
and that's another reason why it'll get booted out.
Yeah.
This is a funny video for me though, because everything on your side are games that I have held on to and wanted to play.
It's funny.
Like half of those are Grail games.
Yeah.
Games that I just it is mind blowing that I'm considering getting rid of them.
I'm proud of you.
But we just don't.
Have the space.
It's not even space. I think 25 games that are Grail that you're not playing on your shelf is a pretty good amount.
And I think you have more than 25 right now.
No, but I think we're getting there. And so I think when things come in,
Yep.
like I'm getting my Splotter games in, I think some things
Yeah.
need to edge out a little bit. So we'll see. I do hope you save Leaving Earth though.
I'd like to.
I
I'd
do.
like to bring it to our game
the
group
crux
next week.
the crux for Dogs of War for me was the fact that Alex is getting rid of his copy.
Yeah.
And he has some of the really expensive expansions for it. And I at a moment was like, hey, I might grab those expansions before you get rid of it.
Yeah.
And then I was like, why would I put another $250 into this game? I'm still not playing it.
Yeah. I agree.
So then I made the determination that if I had it on the shelf, I'd want everything for it. So I might as well get it out. All right, thank you for watching. What games do you have in your collection that you're just not playing?
But you're not letting go anywhere.
No. Name 2 of them. Tell us one that you'll probably let go of currently. You're moving it to that corner of your room, or one that you're holding on to still. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Whatever the case.
Whatever you do.
Remember
to
to
do the important thing. Get out and play some games.
We'll see
you
you
next time. Thank you.